Oh my god. Oh my god, you fanboys to Nintendo can do nothing wrong. You know what? Fuck, shit, look at this. Look at this, I'll fucking use this and then fuck. Look what I got. I got a fucking prototype. I got a fucking prototype of your fucking tablet. There we go. Innovation. I glued 2 fucking controllers to a fucking tablet. Well, we still don't know what the fucking game lineup is going to be like. We don't know if there's going to be real third-party support, even though they're making claims. And they fucking show Skyrim in a commercial, but then Bethesda comes out and says the game's not confirmed for the device. They're showing these amped-up versions of existing Wii U games, but those are just fucking ports anyway, okay? We don't know what the battery life is like, but currently analysts are saying 3 fucking hours. 3 fucking hours? Okay, if it's a fucking tablet and my iPad lasts 12, how the fuck did you screw that up? But the advertisement is so good because it didn't show families. It didn't show families and kids playing together. It showed real adults doing real things, right? Well, like the guy that was up at the crack of dawn playing fucking video games and his dog wants to go for a walk, so he takes his Nintendo to the park and ignores his fucking dog. That's like a real person, right? Even I walk my fucking mutt. Well, like the guy who takes his on the fucking airplane, right? And while he's in the airport, okay, he sits down next to a strange girl because she's got a Nintendo too. Like, that's not gonna get her to call the fucking cops on you these days. That's what they do when I sit down next to him. How about the girl sitting alone in her apartment, playing fucking video games, playing Mario on his screen, and then she gets invited to a rooftop party, and she fucking brings her Nintendo. She brings her fucking Nintendo. Let me tell you something. I've been invited to one party in my life. I brought my Nintendo. They never fucking invited me back. The worst one is, of course, the 4 guys playing basketball together, and then they stop in the middle of the fucking game to sit there with their tiny little fucking Joy-Con controllers. That's what they're calling them, fucking Joy-Cons. They're so fucking tiny, even Donald Trump can't use the goddamn thing without breaking it, okay? And they sit, and instead of playing basketball in real life, they play basketball on a screen meant for fucking ants. A tiny little fucking screen. Oh, let's play NBG Jam instead of going out to a bar after the game and screwing this in. That makes sense. Nintendo, what the hell are you doing? This is the one that's supposed to put you back on a map. This is the one that's supposed to give you third-party support. This is the one that's going to fucking crush Sony because Sony needs some competition. Instead it's just a fucking tablet. A fucking tablet. You such bitches. God damn it. A fucking tablet.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting to do this video, and today was the only day I could really do it, because today is when Nintendo released this trailer about the NX. Now it's called Nintendo Switch, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. Now, I know I've been a big, big critic about Nintendo in the past. I've shit-talked it a lot, and I will back my shit-talking. I feel totally justified in whatever I said about the Wii U and any of Nintendo's products. You know, at the time, I don't think the Wii, even today, I don't think the Wii U is that amazing of a system. You know, it's a system that has its positives to it, don't get me wrong, and I'll talk about them, but it has a lot of negatives, and Nintendo just has not treated it right. But the Nintendo Switch, they released a 3-minute trailer for it, and finally, after God knows how long people have been waiting for, like, Nintendo NX news, we finally got a glimpse at what it looks like, and I'm gonna be pretty serious. It looks legit. It looks like a pretty decent system. So for those of you who don't know, I can't really play the trailer footage on here because Nintendo has a hard-on for content IDing anything, so I'm gonna be a little careful on that. Nintendo Switch, for those of you who don't know, is basically a tablet with 2 interesting controllers on the sides that you can detach and put into a controller hub sort of thing. Basically what it is it is a home console. So it is a home console, you know, it's like a Wii U, it's like a GameCube, it's like the Wii. It's designed to compete with PS4 and Xbox One. Essentially what it is at home you leave this thing plugged into a dock. You have these 2 sides of a controller that you can use independently, or you can plug them into this nice Nintendo Switch controller dock sort of thing, and when you need to go, you can rip that tablet out, attach the controllers on the side, and play your game seamlessly. Now, it uses cartridges, obviously, and it's got some decent games on it, such as the Skyrim port, which I think it is the port, the Legendary Edition, that's going to be showing up at the end of this month on the Xbox One and PS4. It also showed Legend of Zelda and Mario Kart and another Mario game on it that looked pretty sweet. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nintendo Switch. This is the news that everyone was waiting for, and me included. I talk bad about any company that I talk critically about things, and if my phone didn't go off and was an annoying bastard, this would have been an actual perfect take. But I talk about Nintendo, I talk about Xbox, I talk about any fuck up that I genuinely don't agree with. You know, when the Xbox One had its crappy DRM policies, I was critical about it. And the thing is when it changed, I ended up getting the Xbox One. And do I enjoy the Xbox One? Hell yeah, I enjoy my Xbox One. You know, with the Wii U, I talked bad about it because there were things wrong about it. The system doesn't really have proper third-party support. It wasn't powerful to begin with. And that ultimately led to its very quick demise. Now, do I like things about the Wii U? Of course I do. You know, I can play all of my GameCube games on it, I can play my Wii games on it, you know, some COD 4 on the Wii U. And I do like the fact that I can lay in bed with my Wii U tablet controller and I can play some of those games on there in bed seamlessly. I love that feature about it. And that's what I really like about the NX as well. For me, I'm a person that travels a lot. Like, I really, really travel a lot. So I don't really have a lot of time to be gaming on, like, the PS4 or the Xbox One. For that, I have a gaming laptop, which I do use quite a fair bit when I'm out and about. So now that I can travel, I would love to carry around my NX, you know, gamepad with me and actually play some of these pretty demanding games on it. Now, there are negatives to this, and I do want to talk about it. These things I think that Nintendo should do. You know, just as a person that really, really does care about Nintendo products. You know, I may not seem like it, I talk critically about it, but I do own a lot of Nintendo stuff. I've owned almost all of their home consoles. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't care about Nintendo. I wouldn't have bought all these products if I hadn't liked the company at all. I'm just critical of it because, you know, if you care about something, you got to talk about it, you know, just to make sure at least things are acknowledged. So, looking at the Nintendo Switch, I gotta admit, it was impressive looking, you know, in terms of what you can do. For one, it's not tethered at all. You don't need to be near your game or home connection, at least, to use it. You can take those same games, take them outside, and play them anywhere you can. But the problem here comes about with how Nintendo's going to be treating, like, other developers on their system as well. For people who don't know, Nintendo has never really been great with third-party support in their entire lifetime. They've always been a company that wants to do what they want to do and likes to do their bidding. Whatever goes to their head, they like to do what they feel is right, which isn't how you do things in the world. In the world, you're supposed to work collaboratively with other people, and you're supposed to share ideas. You're supposed to work with one another to eventually help not only you succeed, but everyone else succeed. And ultimately, that is how things should be done. Nintendo, they don't really do that, which is why they don't really get a whole lot of third-party support. Whenever people ask for the company to budge on something, they always say no, not at all. And a lot of people end up defending this when I don't think anybody should defend anybody when they're not willing to compromise on such basic tasks. Now, of course, we've seen Skyrim show up in this trailer, which makes me a little hopeful because, hey, at least they're going out to get some games. But then again, we have to remember the Wii U also had some third-party support in the beginning. You know, you had your Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, you had your Call of Duty Black Ops 2, all the way up to Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. They just didn't bother releasing it on there. You had a fair amount of third-party games in the beginning. So I hope that's not the case for NX. You know, we don't really know how powerful the system is, but if it's running Skyrim, and I wonder if it is the Legendary Edition, it looks like it, then maybe it is as powerful or almost as powerful as, say, the Xbox One or maybe the PS4. I'm leaning more to the Xbox One side. Now, technical specifications and stuff aside, as a person who follows tech very closely, understands tech, I can definitely say that tablets aren't really weak to begin with. You know, you can have some fairly good graphics going on. And with an NVIDIA Tegra chipset inside it, all layman's terms aside, it can provide for some very good visuals. For anybody who's looked at the NVIDIA Shield, for example, you know that these systems can provide very good, very amazing visuals at a very good power to performance ratio. You know, at the end of the day, if you're going to be carrying this thing around portably, you want its battery life to last, which is what makes me think that maybe when you plug it in at home, it's going to run it in like 1080p, and then when you rip it out to the tablet, it's going to switch to like 720p to save on the battery life, because you don't want this thing dying in like an hour when you take it outside. Defeats the whole purpose of carrying these things portably, right? So now that you've seen this console, what I do hope is they get a lot of developers on board. For example, Red Dead Redemption 2 released their trailer as well. That game looks beautiful. Now, if it came between picking the NX, PS4, or Xbox One, and if I had the choice of NX, given that you can carry this thing around portably, plug it in at home, I would actually pick Red Dead on the NX. Now, of course, it factors in what my friends are getting the game on, but if I had to pick for a solo experience, I'd pick NX all the way. If it gives me the same power and visuals as my PS4 or even close to it, and I can carry it around anywhere I go and have that portability, fuck yeah, I'm gonna pick the NX. But that goes down to how Nintendo treats everyone else. And what makes it also interesting is now that you have a truly portable and truly portable home console, what's that going to do to the 3DS? You know, is it all going to like converge into one product, or are we still going to have like the 3DS line kicking in? And I feel like that's going to stay because the 3DS makes them like a fuck ton of money, so I don't think that's going anywhere. But what's cool is that I wonder if you can put your 3DS games onto this and have it like a 3DS player on your big screen TV. That would be really interesting. Now, of course, I'm sure Super Smash Bros. Is going to be ported on. It's going to have a lot of ports. And I kind of wonder if it's going to have any form of backwards compatibility with Wii U games, even though it wouldn't be a deal breaker if it did, because there's not that many Wii U games to really cry about. You know, if you have a Wii U with the games, you're probably going to keep the Wii U anyways, and the NX is just going to be another addition to the home that you're going to add too. So it's interesting to see that what it looks like now, things have been confirmed, at least to some extent. Some of those leaks have been set in stone now, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm actually pretty hyped for the NX. You know, and I never thought I was gonna say that. You know, with me and Nintendo, the Wii U has kind of left me really jilted in terms of the games that I personally wanted. I know we had a lot of Mario games. We never really got one true brand new Zelda game, and I'm not counting Hyrule Warriors because that's literally Dynasty Warriors. Metroid was never even thrown into the Wii U. We had Metroid Federation Force on the 3DS, which was interesting to say the least. But now, hopefully, with the NX, Nintendo Switch, and that's sort of one thing weird about Nintendo. They always give cool-looking names in the beta phase, like Nintendo Revolution. But Nintendo NX is just like, I thought that was a cool name. It sounded flashy. Now it's Nintendo Switch, which isn't bad. It's just kind of weird sounding. It's like going from the Revolution to the Wii. It's okay, well, it's not a deal breaker by any means, but it's weird. But at the end of the day, I want this device to really succeed because I don't like seeing things fail in the gaming industry. You know, nobody likes seeing failure. We all like things to be successful because it helps bring competition, and ultimately, everyone wants a good product. Anybody that's out there to say, oh, I hope the NX or the Nintendo Switch fails, I think that's stupid. I think this thing should succeed, and I'd love to pick it up. I hope the pricing isn't terribly bad on it. I mean, we're picking up a tablet here. If it competes with PS4, Xbox One prices, it's going to be a little iffy. I mean, it has to prove itself first. So it should be priced a little lower than its competition just to attract new audiences. Because right now, with Nintendo, they're competing with PlayStation and Microsoft. Those two systems are already doing very fine on their own. They got a lot of competition to deal with here. They got some pretty big shoes to fill. And looking at this trailer, and from what we've seen so far, I can say that I have some form of hope for Nintendo. I think this might end up being a pretty decent product. I might end up picking it up, you know? If I see more on it, if it turns out some of my suspicions in my head turn out to be true, I'll definitely pick up the Nintendo Switch. And for once, I'm really glad that Nintendo has created a pretty interesting looking product. Now they just got to execute the thing, and that is going to be a very difficult stage. You know, they got to have really good third-party support. The system can't bomb, essentially. You know, I really hope at one point they announce a Metroid to it as well, because that's one of your core IPs, Nintendo. Come on, take care of it, okay? We want to see another Metroid Prime game come out. But at the end of the day, we've got an interesting looking system, and again, they got pretty big shoes to fill, like I said earlier, and I'm going off on a million tangents, but this is some pretty big news. Pretty big news because it's one of those home consoles that's going to make it and break it for this company, because I know Nintendo has a lot of money, but they can't afford to keep fucking up royally like they did with the Wii U. This time, it's got to be a grand slam, and they got to sell these systems like hotcakes, but they also got to maintain these systems. I don't want another Nintendo console dying after like 2-3 years of support, considering when their competition is fighting head-on until the very end of their generation. I want to see this thing succeed, and I know a lot of people that like Nintendo want to see it succeed. So today has been a generally good day. We had the Nintendo Switch, we've had Red Dead Redemption 2, and among other gaming news. You know, but I specifically wanted to talk about Nintendo Switch because I've personally been waiting for this, just like I'm personally waiting for another Metroid game to come out. So let me know what you think about the Nintendo Switch. I'm personally excited for it, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it. This is a little bit of a different rant time. You know, I'm not going crazy off my meds, but I just wanted to talk about something that it does mean very much to it. I like Nintendo, and personally, this product has piqued my interest. I really hope, for the love of God, do not fuck this one up, Nintendo. Okay, it's, you know, come on now. You can't afford to. All right. But at the end of the day, this is me, Mudahar, and if you like what you saw, let me know. I am out. Let me tell you all a story about Mr. Nasty, one of the best video game antagonists in my opinion, because he's not even in the game, and well, actually we'll get to that. That's a whole nother, that's part of the story. But ladies and gentlemen, you might remember that a while back,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to high roll. I got 8. I got higher than 8. One back.
It's all good now, though.
4 back. Oh, it's supposed to be looking good for me. Okay, if we go into time, we're gonna high roll for the win.
Oh, after we resolve the game that we're on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Okay. So if it's if we're at game 2, we'll roll for the resolve.
We'll finish game 2, then.
Well, we're at the turn. Okay. Okay, ready? Do another Vanguard.
I'm on the awesome side this time.
Oh, yeah.
Have you have the buy?
Yes. Your turn. Probably after.
Okay, so Virgil, I have one rule.
11.
Don't
Our turn.
talk about my fucking place. Please. Go back, I know you're not on What? I got 5. Free cards. It took me like 4 months to drop shit. Ow. I know, right? I was like, at the same time I was playing basketball, so like I wasn't really like playing Vanguard a lot. So like I came back and like, what is wrong with my deck? And I'm like, no, yeah, my opponent gets worse. If my opponent gets a trigger, I lose. Well, let me change that. Oh, what? I was confused.
Right?
Cat plug.
Yeah,
Skill bit here. Skill bit here.
skill. Lock. Lock.
They've already, yeah, they're on call. Yeah, they're vanilla right now.
Skill. You choose one of your rear guard.
And the call was off.
Call top card.
I'm not sure what all this.
Left in the Vanguard. It blocks itself. Choose this guy to lock. This is left to your Vanguard. Okay, and skill. Next.
I've only had one soda on my
Counter blast 1. 36. Let's go activate. I elect 2 cards for every one that you lift. And then if one card unlocked, I can Omega Lock as many lock cards as I want. That doesn't take a huge to figure out what I'm doing here.
So you're locking
All of them.
Omega lock?
Yeah, all your units will make it. Those are 36. It does not gain description, but it's only allowed.
No.
Second, crit power. Third.
First jet.
Okay. 21 to your Vanguard.
Let it hit. Let it hit.
Pass.
Standard.
That was almost worse than
Look at your draft summary real quick.
I know.
Yeah.
I just
That's what I thought. Had you kept this taper, I would not have been able to do all that.
Yep. Sad. Strike. I'm gonna go to turn third. And then I will attack. At the end of the battle, I will Soul Blast 1, target you, give it plus 4k, and then give it another 4k at the end of turn of fire, and if that power is 20,000 greater, then you draw a card. Yeah, critical trigger.
I guess that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give crit power. Second. All attacks.
Oh, I was like, oh god, don't tell me.
Yeah, skill activate. +4/+4 since it's 20,000. I can draw.
Draw a card and die, right?
Yep, end turn. That's alright.
Drive. Alter ego skill. Lock. That's not sure I can lock, but Yeah, because after your turn, he'll make a lock leave. So if I don't lock, I'll make a lock him again. They will unlock him again.
Every fan is getting one.
So it's
Three passes.
first check.
Oh god, I want to say so bad. Wait, hold on. Thank God.
Yeah, we're just checking. Yeah.
Not even. I run 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, because I saw you check one. And I was like, that's that's funny.
Yeah, as soon as people see that I run beside Columbia, they rage quit online.
The opinions made in this video do not necessarily coincide with that of Imaginary Goddess, or anyone else for that matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
With the Mercenary King here with set 8s, double rares, triple rares, GRs, and one very special rare. So special. These are in no particular order. I guess I should really keep the clans together if I can. So